Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, suggestions on how to best connect with our city as a community of English-speaking locals living here or visiting. It is the holiday season. We're one day away from the beginning of December. I hope everybody is having a splendid morning today. We have all kinds of interesting news that I want to share with you. But before we get started, I hope everybody has a nice cup of coffee around or a nice warm beverage. I already drank mine. So I'm going to get going with the news. And as always, I remind you to kindly add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your important question if you want some reaction. And I also remind you to please consider adding the word new or capital letter N at the beginning of your comment so we can give you a nice little welcome to our community, our cluster, as you call it, as we call it. Let's start with the news for today. And of course, the Peregrinaciones are back this weekend. The traditional December Peregrinaciones or pilgrimages are here. A pilgrimage, of course, for those that are new to our city, is a journey to a sanctuary or sacred place with important religious connotations. It is also a journey made by a believer or a group of believers to a place of devotion or a place considered sacred according to each person's religion. And in our city, these believers depart from different points with a common destination, which is the Church of Guadalupe. And these pilgrimages are equally spectacle, tradition, and inconvenience, depending on how you look at them. They disrupt the usual flow of traffic in town. And they begin today and continue until December 12th. We will unpack them with more detail in my upcoming presentation this coming Thursday. If you've never been to one of the Peregrinaciones, it is definitely a rite of passage for anyone that is considering our city to be home, or if you happen to be here as a visitor. This is something that doesn't happen all the time or everywhere. And since the Peregrinaciones go through town, of course, Calle Morelos or Morelos Street becomes a two-way street through El Centro, along with other traffic changes, and public transportation gets removed from the equation altogether. So if you wish to head north from Emiliano Zapata, for example, you need to take a Libramiento bus to bypass the downtown area altogether. And if you are in El Centro, you can choose to either walk north all the way up to Panama in Peru in Cinco de Diciembre and continue on a bus from that point. Or if you are in, if you're closer to Colonia Emiliano Zapata, you want to head over to Basilio Vadillo and take one of the Libramiento buses. The short of it all is, and meaning absolutely no disrespect to those that believe strongly in their faith, in your faith. If you want to get from point A to point B during the pilgrimages and you have to travel through El Centro, you do need to add some extra time to your travel time. Of course, if you intend to enjoy the pilgrimages, they happen throughout the day, early in the morning primarily, and also in the afternoon. So there you have it. That's our quick and dirty on the Peregrinaciones. I also have a good bit of news. I don't mean to skip this one. This is very important. The nonprofit association Grupo Ecológico de Puerto Vallarta celebrated 25 years of looking after the environment in our city. This is an important milestone. There was a heartfelt celebration at City Hall in which members of the association received an official acknowledgement of all the organization's accomplishments. Of course, for better or worse, these news items tend to be very sketchy and not very detailed. But the good news is that I know one of the members of the organization, and I just sent a specific request for details, asking to learn more about the most important milestones that have been accomplished by the organization throughout its existence. Hopefully, I'll get a nice response from this person. And last in our list of news items for the first block, I am happy to report that Governor elect Pablo Lemus has announced there will be no public transportation increases in the state through all of this coming year. And this is great news for anyone that relies on public transportation here in Puerto Vallarta and in other parts of the state of Jalisco. Now let's turn to our weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. Today is the perfect day to engage in a Klingon mating ritual. My goodness, I haven't experienced one of those in a while. But I wouldn't mind a Klingon mating ritual, or at least a viewing of a Star Trek movie. Anyhow, it is 24 degrees. Yes, Luna is a little delayed with her sound effects. It's 24 degrees right now. Humidity is at 74, and our weather forecast for today says it's going to be humid with clear skies plus a few patches of clouds here and there, a high temperature of 28 and a low of 29. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 28 and a low of 18. And then Monday, which is the 2nd of December, will be a humid day with mostly clear skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 27. And as promised, it will be Monday that we will release dates for the spotlight for the month of January and February. If you wish to sign up for an interview, we will make that possible starting on Monday morning after coffee and headlines. Now, I have a couple of things that I want to alert you about, and this one makes me very happy. Rico Indian, a great Indian food restaurant in the Kuala Isla, is stepping into its 3rd year. Happy anniversary. And they're doing so by announcing a brand new menu. I'm going to leave you with a link to this new menu so that you can explore it on your own. Again, Rico Indian is a phenomenal Indian restaurant located out in El Rio Cuale in the island. And I mean out because you're eating al fresco. So this time of year, what a great time to go and enjoy a nice Indian meal. And of course, I was very, very happy to discover this morning that my dear, dear, dear friend Jorge, who tended after his eponymous bar at Hotel Mercurio for years and years and years, Jorge has opened his own bar. And even though he's showing a photograph from the old bar, his new bar is located at Plaza Romy. And I'm going to leave the Facebook page so that you can become acquainted. I can't wait to go check it out. And Jorge, I wish to congratulate you on your new venture. And I also want to announce that Sharon Gerber, our official or unofficial air fryer queen, is doing another air fryer class, this time on Saturday, December 21st at the Joint Boutique Hotel Cowork. And this is going to be holiday air fryer meal. So if you have an air fryer at home and you haven't figured out what to do with it, leave it to Sharon. She will hold your hand and she will guide you through all kinds of experts' recipes. And of course, I am so excited that we're getting closer and closer to my own presentation, A Mexican December, where we unpack all of these holiday celebrations and traditions that we have here in Mexico, starting with the Peregrinaciones we just talked about. and continuing all the way till Dia de la Candelaria in February. A lot to celebrate and a lot to explain if you want to understand what is going on. And last but not least, of course, we are returning with the spotlight this coming Wednesday. We will have not three, but actually four guests, as Carmen Porras from Oculto asked me for a tiny, tiny little intervention. So we're happy to do that. We have Lawrence Goodwin, who's going to talk to us about upcoming promotions at El Rey Lounge de Versalles. His name is bolded because he has promised a getaway, a little prize that we can raffle. Jorge Villela, who couldn't make it this past week, will come back on Wednesday and talk to us about Lucha Libre, which takes place a week from today. And Yanel Hernandez is going to talk to us about ghost tours in Puerto Vallarta. Who knew there was such a thing? I am so excited to learn more about these. And I'm so excited to invite anyone that has something important to announce, an event to promote, a new business opening, a product or a service, to join us in the spotlight. This is your free chance to tell us what makes your venture special every Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock, live and in person at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork. Ahaha. Okay, let's see what we have this morning. Lots of good mornings, which I very much appreciate. Karen asks, how are you this fine day? I am great. I have Thanksgiving dinner leftovers courtesy of Michael Buford. I have Luna laying down next to me. I have food in the pantry. I have yarn to play with. It is only Saturday, and I have a wonderful weekend to look forward to. And I hope you do too. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. Stan, my deliciously wonderful friend and community partner from Neurofeedback. I am taking a break from Neurofeedback this week, but it's great to read you. It's great to see you. And I believe you're going to join us in the spotlight next week to talk about home safety audits. I look forward to that. And I hope we can get together sometime soon, my friend. Here's a cue from Spencer. With your experience in your profession, what feedback do you have regarding GoPro Insta360 x4? Also, this question is open to anyone who has knowledge of GoPro cameras. You know, I don't use GoPros. I'm an Insta360 kind of person. I have 2 of their cameras. I've been very happy with the brand, although the cameras work as advertised. Sometimes you need to buy accessories to connect microphones and things like that. But I've had a 360 from the get-go from Insta360, and I also have a non-360, what they call a sports camera, and I'm very happy with them. I would be very happy with GoPro as well, but for better or worse, I ended up in the Insta360 universe, and I love it. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Logan came for the details on the upcoming Peregrinaciones and stayed for the new menu at Rico Indian. The entire menu is available in the link that I'm going to share, so you can take a look at it in detail. And yes, big thank you to the Grupo Ecológico turning 25. We're looking forward to more details. And Jim is coming back in 24 more days. Congratulations. Are all the Christmas decorations up on the Malecón yet? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It's only November 30th, and they take a while to get their act together. Let's see what else. There's another cue. Hello, Chris. A while back, there was talk about electric buses. Any update on these? Are there extension cords all over behind them? That is so funny. You know, Chris, I know that they brought some electric buses to try out in the Marina Vallarta route. Nothing was said about that afterwards. So I don't know what happened with those electrical buses. I do know that I believe that the buses that we use are powered by gas. I'm not even sure. In the past, they have said we have buses that are environmentally friendly, but as you know, it's hard to tell. But that is a great question. I wish I had a more specific answer. I wish all the buses were electric down here. Thank you for your feedback. My pleasure, Spencer. Again, I would go with Insta360 because there's a lot of support for the cameras out there. And this brings us to the end of today's Coffee and Headlines. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time. I look forward to seeing you again on Monday morning, where we'll have all kinds of interesting updates that I'm already working on. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay connected, stay in touch, stay happy, stay festive, and I'll see you Monday morning.